Hello everyone, Thor here. I just watched Terrifier 2, gonna watch Terrifier 3 later tonight, so I just want to get this review out real quick. It's definitely a step up in many ways from the first movie. The effects are better, they had a bigger budget, there's more of a story, the characters have more of a background, so let's get into it. The main character is Sienna, and she's played by Lauren Lavella. She's really good. I think she's going to be kind of like the Tommy Jarvis of the series. She kind of has a connection to art. They delve into that. Her dad died not too long ago and drew up this costume and gave her this blade that seems to have an effect on art. So I think lore gets a lot more interesting in this movie. It doesn't always land though. That's the problem. Some of the lore seems really good, but some of it just does not land as well. I think I know what they're going for, and I'm sure they'll expand on it in 3, but I'm also sure we'll get more questions and answers. We see some of Art's backstory. There's this like Terrifier amusement park that was abandoned, so you can guess that he worked there, and looks like his first victim was there, so that's where he got to start. I'm sure they'll keep going farther and back into the lore of Art. And if you're a big fan of gore, you're gonna love this. I don't mind gore. I'm just usually more interested in the movies like got an interesting like plot and story, which this one definitely did over the first. They improved this one, so hopefully they keep that going. David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown was great. He's just doing crazy, sick, twisted stuff, and he does a lot of physical comedy during it, which is usually kind of ridiculous for what you're seeing. It's part of the fun of it. They were all really cool. I met a bunch of them at Silver Screen Cons, which is always good to see the actors behind it. And I don't know how they put this together. I know they raised a bunch of money on like Kickstarter, and you know the first one obviously did pretty well. So I'm sure this one definitely had a bigger budget, and it definitely shows. Like that bedroom scene, I'm not going to spoil it, but man, it is messed up. They also bring back Victoria's character from the first one a bit. I think she's going to have a bigger impact in the third movie. She's on the covers. She's shown in the beginning of this one and then at the end. The one knock is this does have a really long runtime, which is really tough for a slasher. It does work in this one. There's not a part where you get like really bored, but there are definitely parts they probably could have shaved off. I also really like how they built up Sienna and her brother's relationship. So hopefully they continue that in the third one. We shall see. They played off each other pretty well. I just think these movies can continue to just outdo themselves, and who knows what they bring to the table with the third one. I'm sure it's going to be over the top, crazy, unbelievable. And, you know, I get why people are a huge fan of this franchise. This definitely could be one of the bigger ones, you know, down the line. I'm sure this will get quite a few sequels. People seem to love it. Like I see a lot of people dressing up as Art for Halloween and at conventions. Who knew they could take the killer clown concept and, you know, do something kind of new and different with it. But I think it borrows a lot from a lot of the slasher movies. There's definitely homages to some kills, and some of the kills definitely reminded me of, you know, Dawn of the Dead zombie movies with like the ripping and tearing. I think they took a lot of inspiration from different like horror movies and kind of put them all together, and there's nothing wrong with that. This movie also definitely had that 80s slasher vibe with the music and some of the shooting, which I thought was really cool. Really appreciate touches like that. We'll see what the next one brings later, and I'll definitely have a review out for it. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I got plenty more horror reviews coming up, some games coming up, so I'll see you in the next one. Thor out.